Okay, today I'm going to be hardwiring in this Hughes Watchdog 30 amp surge protector. And this has emergency power off, and it is also Bluetooth. So my 2014 Unity never came with any kind of surge protector, so I've always had that one out on the pedestal. But now I'm going to hardwire one in so I can quit carrying that heavy one and fooling around plugging it in and out at the pedestal. So here we have the front of my breaker box, and inside is my automatic transfer switch. Now, this automatic transfer switch used to be installed on the back of this breaker box, but I removed my original breaker box and installed this WFCO 8930/50, so I would have a true dual bus breaker box for my inverter installation. So I moved this automatic transfer switch just to a brace that I made underneath my drawer in my TV cabinet, so it would, just sit here instead, since I didn't have a way to install it on the back of the breaker box. So now what I'm going to do, the automatic transfer switch is where your generator and your shore power wires come together to make to supply the coach. And this automatic transfer switch automatically switches based on the power source it senses. So if it senses the generator, it switches everything over to where the generator will power your breaker box. If it senses shore power, then it will switch and put the shore power to the breaker box. But in my case, I disconnected my generator, so really I can completely remove this automatic transfer switch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the Hughes Watchdog Surge Protector in between the shore power incoming wire and the shore power outgoing wire, and completely get rid of the generator wire since I don't use that. So this should be a pretty easy installation. Now for people who have okay, so I just gotta slide this cover. Anyway, I'll do that off camera. But for people who have a surge protector already installed, basically all you have to do is find the surge protector, like in my Murphy bed model. Most of the time it's installed either behind this breaker box in the TV cabinet or underneath the wardrobe drawers. And you'll basically just have one wire, which you'll see when I get to the point of hooking the surge protector up. You'll just have one orange wire going for the shore power input to your current surge protector, and then you'll have an orange wire going as the output that comes to your breaker box. Oh no, you'll have it as an output that comes to this automatic transfer switch on the shore power side. And then, like I said, the automatic transfer switch then has your main shore power and your main generator connection attached to this, so it can switch whichever source is available, and then it has an output. So if you just took some like channel lock cutters, heavy cutters, and actually just cut the orange input and output wire to your current progressive surge protector, that would be an easy way for you just to simply remove it, and then basically you strip the wires back and install the Watchdog Bluetooth surge protector in its place. And one of the reasons why I like this Watchdog Surge Protector, Bluetooth Surge Protector, is because you can actually use it. Where Leisure installs the Surge Protectors, you can't use it. You can't read the screen on the Surge Protector to see what's going on. So if you have a Watchdog Bluetooth, then you can just call it up on your phone and you can see, what's the quality of the power? Do you have any issues? If anything trips, it'll show you, that you don't have any volts going out or amperage. I mean, it's much easier to use a surge protector in the location that Leisure have placed them if you have a Bluetooth version. So I'll get on with this installation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this cover so I can get to the wires. I'm going to loosen all these strain relief connectors so I have freedom of movement of all the wires, and then I'll disconnect them from the automatic transfer switch. So I just have two, like I said, two loose wires, one for the shore power that's going to be going into the surge protector, and one that's shore power going out to your breaker box. So I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay. So here's my automatic transfer switch. As you can see, Leisure uses wire nuts, but I think based on the 2020 and newer ones I've worked with, they've switched wire nuts to Wago connectors, lever lock connectors. So that's better because wire nut connections, you really have to know what you're doing to do them correctly. And there have been Leisure folks who have posted that their wires in their automatic transfer switch, burned up. So people have had issues with these connectors. And inside, you'll see everything's labeled. So you can see that shore power is coming in over in the back, on the back side, that the generator is coming in. The generator is coming in right here, and then this should say I can't read it, but it should say, there, to the distribution box, distribution wiring, which is the breaker box, the distribution power center. So that's this one. So this one is the incoming to the breaker box, and this one over here is the incoming for shore power. This is the input for the generator, which I'll be completely disconnecting since I don't have a generator. So rather than fool around with undoing all these wire nuts, I'm just going to actually cut the heads off of each one. Just like that. And so I'm going to go through, cut the heads off of each one so I can free up all the wires, and then I can pull it all out and get this automatic transfer switch out and out from behind my breaker box. So I'll be back. Okay, I've got all the wire nuts cut off. The other thing I need to do is I need to disconnect those bare ground wires. So I'll do that. Then I will unscrew the box from here, and I'll pull the wires out of their strain reliefs and just disconnect the whole thing and come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I have the automatic transfer switch out, and as you can see, it's pretty large. It's a pretty large unit, and I'd say it weighs a good 5 to 10 pounds. I mean, it's heavy, which you would expect because it's dealing with all of your power. So now that we have that out, we can get back onto the installation. So I've marked the wire so I don't mix up what goes where. I'm just going to curl up this generator. I'm going to cap this off, cap these wires off, and then I'm just going to curl it up because I actually cut the generator wires off where they came into my coach, which is right above the generator. So they came up into the coach under the wardrobe drawers, and so I had cut it off there. But I'm just going to coil it up because who knows, this will reach into the breaker box. I mean, if I ever need another outlet or another circuit, I've already got the wires run from the breaker box to the wardrobe area. I don't anticipate doing that, but who knows, what your future needs might be. So I'll just abandon those in place. All right, so I will get all that figured out and get the new power distribution center and see where we're going to install that, and I'll come back. Oh, for those who are interested in knowing what's under here, what's behind the breaker box, you can see all your ground wires. That's a ground bar that's also connected to the chassis ground. So this is where Leisure grounds everything. So that's why it's hard for you to add like a dimmer to lights, because there isn't a negative up where the lights are because they've ground all the negatives here. So if you ever wanted to, do anything with the electrical system, you have to be able to have a ground. So anyway, there's a ground bar. I've got a relay here in the corner. I'm not sure what that's to, but it's good to know it's there. And, oh, I also have this thing. It's called an automatic energy select switch. And the in my unit, the microwave and the Suburban water heater, which runs off of 120 or propane, they're connected to this thing. So they can never, this automatic energy select switch decides what runs, which components run. So my microwave and my water heater are attached to this. So I'll never be able to run, this will keep me from trying to run the water heater and the microwave at the same time, which by itself, if you were running both of those things, that would pull like almost 30 amps. So it's definitely important that, that Leisure installed this to keep those circuits only operating one at a time. So anyway, so that's, I think, all that's important down there. So I will get on with my installation. I'll also point out that that ground bar is installed on the refrigerator cabinet wall. So you can see where all the wiring is running underneath the refrigerator to the back of the coach. So if you ever wondered what was underneath your refrigerator, it's all the wiring. Okay, so the Hughes Watchdog is really very simple to install. You just take these caps off of each end, and as you can see, there are screw terminals. So you put the wire in that end, and then you tighten them with that screw. And there's 3 wires. As you recall, each one of these, the incoming and the outgoing, is 3 wires. Ground, neutral, and load. So ground is the bare wire. Neutral is the white wire. And load is the black wire. So I will strip the wires and I will show you how they go in. Oh, and this is in. This says in. So this is the input. And then over here, it says out. So that's the output. So out goes to the breaker box, and in is your incoming shore power. So in the case of people that have one of these already installed in their progressive dynamics installed, you just cut it off and make sure you note the incoming and the wire that goes to the breaker box, which it's pretty easy to tell. It's labeled on the progressive dynamic. And then for people who, like me, don't have any kind of a surge protector and want to install one, where you would install it is in between the shore power incoming and the automatic transfer switch. So basically what you would do is you would cut, I mean, as you can see, this is my shore power, incoming shore power wire that went to my automatic transfer switch. And there's plenty of wire. So all you would have to do, you don't even have to disconnect anything from the automatic transfer switch. You just cut the shore power wire, the incoming shore power wire, and install the surge protector in between those two wires that you cut, because basically you want the surge protector installed before the automatic transfer switch on the shore power wire. So it's reading power. It's doing its job to let power pass if it's good power, or keep it closed and don't allow power to the automatic transfer switch, and then ultimately to the breaker box, until the watchdog, the surge protector, determines that your power is good. So you want to install this before your automatic transfer switch. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, this is my in, and this is my shore power wire. It's coming in from the outside of the coach when you hook up your shore power, and I've put the bare wire in the ground, the white wire in the neutral, and the black wire in the load. Now I just need to take a screwdriver and tighten those, and I'll be done with the input connection to the Hughes Watchdog. Okay, once I have those connections nice and tight, I put the little cover, back on, and now this input side is done. So now I'm going to do the same thing with this set of power distribution wires, and then I'm going to lay my Hughes right down there in that big open area, and I'll be done with that. So I'll come back. Okay, so I've stripped my wires back, and I have this put together. Now, one thing I will say is don't be afraid to push these wires. Don't be afraid to push these wires on up in there, because they can only go in so far. So you can push them all the way till they stop, and then turn your screws and tighten them down. Now that black one's going to go up further. I just can't hold the camera and push everything up at the same time. So push everything up into your screw terminals, and then tighten it down. And you can see here that I have, they give you a little strip gauge right there. So I actually stripped mine a little bit longer than the strip gauge. So strip your wires, push them in the terminals. Push them in your terminals and tighten them down. Okay, so you want your terminals nice and tight. And then, like I said before, put your little cap on here to protect your connectors. And now we can put this into place. So I will drop it down in there and come back. Okay, so as I do with all my projects, I put some zip ties in place to keep this secured to the other heavier cables in here, so it's not going to wiggle around, it's not going to bang on anything. I've got good clearance. So I'm calling this done. Okay, I am not going to hook up to shore power to start this up, but the directions are very easy as far as connecting to Bluetooth. You just download the Hughes app for the Watchdog, or you can scan the QR code to download it, whatever you want to do. And then then the directions go through and tell you how to name your product and get it started. It's really very simple. So I'll do that the next time I connect to shore power. And I hope this helps people either install one of these, because it's very important to protect your electronics, your coach electronics, with the surge protector, or replace your current leisure progressive dynamic surge protector with a surge protector that you can actually use, because it has Bluetooth and you can see it on your phone and you can monitor your shore power. So I'm glad this turned out, and I hope other people can use it. This is the cord set that I was carrying, so I could have a 90-degree coming off the coach, so it didn't put stress on the Furrion cord that came with the LTV, and then to have the surge protector. So it was quite a heavy. It's quite heavy and unwieldy set of things that I was dealing with to hook up to shore power every time. So now I'm replacing all of that with this single Marinco. It's a very good marine brand. And this already has the nice 90-degree, has a really nice grip to hook to the shore power. So now I just carry a single cord. I don't have to carry all that. So, I can't say enough about getting rid of an external surge protector. So replace it with a hardwired Hughes Watchdog with Bluetooth, and you'll save your back and your arm muscles. Okay, have fun.